Welcome to the English Mood Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Mood Podcast.
The place where you don't just learn English, you actually start using it in real life.
I'm Nora.
And I'm Brian.
And today's episode is honestly one of the most important ones we've ever made.
Yeah, because we're talking about a skill that can open real opportunities for you.
We're talking about job interviews.
And the good news is, this is something you can learn step by step.
Exactly. With the right phrases and a little practice, you can actually enjoy the process and feel confident speaking English.
You don't need perfect English. You just need to know how to express yourself clearly.
By the end of this episode, you'll know what to say, how to say it, and how to sound natural and confident.
So stay with us till the end, because we've prepared some really practical and useful tips for you.
And if you enjoy this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us keep creating more content for you. Brian, let me ask you something. Do you remember your first job interview?
Yeah, I do. I remember feeling a bit nervous at first, but also excited. It felt like a really important step.
That's a nice way to look at it. What happened during the interview?
Honestly, once I got into the conversation, it started to feel more natural. I realized it's not about being perfect. It's about communicating your ideas clearly.
I think that's something a lot of people need to hear. It's not just about your skills.
Exactly. It's about how you express those skills and connect with the interviewer.
And the good news is, that's something you can improve with practice. Okay, let's imagine this is a real interview. I'm the interviewer. Brian, you're the candidate.
All right, I'm ready.
So, Brian, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Yeah, of course. So, I've been working in marketing for about 5 years, and during that time I've had the chance to work on different kinds of projects, mostly focused on digital campaigns. I really enjoy combining creativity with data. So things like content creation, but also analyzing results and improving performance.
Okay, let's pause here for a second. Did you notice something?
Yeah, I didn't start talking about my childhood or random personal stuff.
Exactly. You kept it relevant, professional, and easy to follow.
And also natural, not memorized.
Okay, let's continue. Why are you interested in this position?
Well, I've actually been following your company for a while, and I really like the way you approach innovation. It feels like a place where I could both contribute and continue learning. And honestly, that combination is really important to me.
That sounded very real.
Yeah, because instead of using a fixed sentence like, I admire your company, I explained why.
Let's continue. What would you say are your strengths?
I'd say one of my biggest strengths is my ability to stay calm and focused when things get stressful. I've worked in situations where deadlines were really tight, and I learned how to prioritize and still deliver good results. I also really enjoy working with others. I think I bring positive energy into a team.
Nice. That didn't feel like a list, it felt like a story.
Exactly. That's the key.
Okay, now the scary one. What is one of your weaknesses?
I'd say sometimes I get a bit too focused on details, especially when I care about the quality of my work. But I've been working on balancing that by setting clearer time limits for myself and focusing more on priorities.
That's perfect. Honest, but still smart.
All right, let's talk about something really important. How to avoid sounding like a robot. A lot of learners memorize sentences like, I have experience in, and then just repeat them. That's okay, but the problem is, it doesn't sound natural.
Exactly. So instead of saying things like a script, try to build around them. For example, instead of just saying, I have experience in marketing, you can say, yeah, I've actually spent a few years working in marketing, mostly focusing on online campaigns. Same idea, but way more human.
Same thing when you want to show interest. Instead of saying, I'm excited about this opportunity, you can say, I was really happy when I saw this position because it feels like something that fits what I enjoy doing. It just sounds more real.
And when you're talking about skills, don't keep it robotic. Instead of, I'm confident in my ability to communicate, you can say, I've had a lot of experience working with teams, and I think communication is one of the areas where I feel really comfortable. The idea is simple. Don't sound perfect. Sound real. Let's be honest, some mistakes are very common and very avoidable. The first one is talking too much. A lot of people think more words mean a better answer, but actually clarity is more important than length.
Another big mistake is trying to memorize everything. That's when you start sounding unnatural, like you're reading from a script, and interviewers can feel that immediately.
And one of the biggest mistakes is at the end of the interview. When they ask, do you have any questions for us? And you say no. Even something simple like asking about the team or a typical workday shows that you care. I want to share something quickly. I had a student who had really good English, great grammar, great vocabulary, but she kept failing interviews. The problem wasn't her English, it was her confidence.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Sometimes people use words like maybe, I think, or I guess, and it makes them sound unsure, even if they're actually very capable.
Exactly. And once she changed the way she spoke more clear, more confident, even with simpler English, she finally got the job.
All right, let's make this practical. First, don't just read answers in your head. Say them out loud. Even if it feels weird, speaking is what actually prepares you for the real situation.
And if you can, record yourself. Listening to your voice helps you notice things you normally don't, like hesitation or unclear sentences. It's not about judging yourself. It's about improving.
Also, keep your English simple and clear. You don't need fancy vocabulary to sound professional. And one small thing that really helps, smile and breathe. It actually changes how your voice sounds.
Okay, Brian, last question. Why should we hire you?
I'd say because I'm someone who takes responsibility seriously, I enjoy learning, and I really try to improve every day. I believe I can bring value and at the same time grow with the team.
That felt honest, and that's exactly the goal. All right, guys, that's it for today.
We really hope this episode made you feel a little more confident.
Remember, you don't need perfect English.
You just need clear, real, and confident communication.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's preparing for an interview.
And tell us in the comments, what's the hardest interview question for you? We might answer it in the next episode.
See you soon.
Bye for now.